She'd be back today. Thank you very much, Darby Washington. Good morning, everybody, as we are here for day number 2, 16 West Delaware Invitational, as the Hawks and the Golden Eagles of Dubuque Whalert Catholic starting out bright and early this morning. Here we are. Caitlin Mangold will lead things off against Dubuque Whalert. The Hawks went 1-1 yesterday, losing the CR Wash 5-3 and beating Edco in their second game yesterday afternoon by the score of 8-2. As there is a hit left side, going to be a foul ball after a strike. 0-2 to count to Caitlin Mangold. This is the little switch in the lineup Coach Raven Company went to in the second game yesterday, and it proved to be beneficial as Caitlin Mangold leading off instead of hitting 8 and 9, somewhere around there where she had been most of the early part of the season. Ball up and in there for ball 1, 2, and check that 1-2 to count here. Mangold, as Caitlin scored twice yesterday, getting 2 hits, going 2 for 3, as there is a pitch upstairs. We're even out 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And I like, we talked yesterday about this lineup. I really like how that it splits those 2 lefties up, because the Hawks only have 2 lefties in their lineup, and it splits the 2 up so they're not back-to-back, and she's going to beat that out.
Yeah, there's a little slapper left side of the circle as the pitcher getting to it, firing over, but not in time as Elena Robbins, the pitcher, as Mangold gets on with the infield hit. And the diamond to our left, the Coleman Quarries field, it's Monticello getting underway. As there's a throw down, getting in there safely is Caitlin Mangold. As Monticello taking on Bettendorf. The Panthers are 0 for 2 yesterday, losing right out of the gates to Independence 5-0. And then Feller Crestwood 4-1. Shea Stephen leading it off with a little hit right side. The pitcher getting there and firing to first for the 1-3 putout. Stephen is retired as they start that game at 8:59. We started a minute earlier here in this one at 8:58. And standing in is Liz Kolak. Kolak bunting this one right back to the pitcher. Robbins again over to first. It's bobbled by the second baseman. An error of the game. The first one will score the first run of the game for the Hawks as Mangold comes all the way in to score on the E by the second baseman.
Yeah, it was a nice play by the pitcher. She was able to glove it. They knew they were gonna give up the run, and I think it actually hit the second baseman off the cheek as she's out there holding her cheek right now. But fortunate for the Hawks, they looked like they weren't going to get anything out of it, and the air brought Mangold around to score the first run of the game. So good job by the Hawks, starting off, getting on the board early here with a 1-0 lead.
On the Coleman Quarries, the first hit of the game for Monticello as Taylor McDonald hits one right between the second baseman and the pitcher, right side in a shallow center field for the first hit of the game. As Kristen Wegman stands in here for the Hawks. Keeping up to date on both of these games. Glad to have our Monticello sponsors, Pete Small Engine Repair and Monticello Sports, also All Seasons Auto Body. There is a throw over Robbins. At that time, it was a throwing error. The high throw sails over the second baseman's head trying to cover, and the Hawks will score the second run of the game as Liz Kolak comes in to score on the E1. So Hawks ahead early here, 2-0 in a meeting inside the circle for Dubuque Whalert. Sonny McCormick is standing in for Monticello. A wild pitch there as Taylor McDonald will get over to second base. It's McDonald on second, 1 down. It's Monticello taking on Bettendorf. Bettendorf is a top 15 ranked team, number 10 in Class 5A. As here's a bunt right back to the pitcher. McCormick going to beat that out. Second baseman covering. She couldn't get there in time. McCormick races to first base and gets there before the throw comes. And runners on first and third. As first and third are the runners. And Riley Worthen will stand in now. Here, it's Malia Georgian. Malia Georgian standing in with a runner on second and nobody out. So Hawks taking on Dubuque Whalert. This one is flown deep to left field. Left fielder going back, still going back. It's going to drop behind her. Wegman will score easily on the double, stand-up double. Nobody out still. Here as the Hawks have come out with their hitting shoes on this morning, 3-0. Here Riley Worthen pops this one up to center field. McDonald going to tag, come in. She's thrown out at the plate as the catcher hangs on to it. As the double by Malia Georgian scores the run here, Kyra Vasky is standing in. As the third out there for Monticello, they go to the bottom of the first and not get a run in. Here is the runner, Sabrina Welcher, trying to get the third. Kersey running for Georgian. She's thrown out.
Yeah, she tried stealing. It was a straight steal as Vasky showed bunt, pulled it back, and nice throw by the catcher out there, Maria Klein, to the third baseman over there to get the out, get Sabrina Welcher caught stealing, and that's a pretty good feat because Sabrina Welcher has done a great job so far this year, stealing bases, and always a tough out when she decides to go.
Vasky flies this one to left field as the left fielder over and makes the catch. The F7 for out number 2. 2 down. We've had 2 hits and 2 errors in this one. 3 runs in for the Hawks. They lead 3-0 over Dubuque Whalert. Ball there to the 6th batter, Claire Dimmer now. In the circle for Monticello is Mara Mesher, the senior. Very experienced lineup for Monticello. Coach Brett McDonald and company. McDonald's in his 2nd year at Monticello. As Dimmer back in and ready. Here's a little dribbler left side, of foul ball going to be called.
Off the foot.
Yep, by the home plate umpire. Al Hermson from Manchester. Dean Burr of Reedland on the bases for this one. Here in the Seedorf Masonry Field. Here's a ground ball. Sharply hit. Nice snag with a shortstop. The throw over. Got her. 6-3 put out. Nice play by the shortstop. Dimmer hustling that one out, but could not get there in time. And that is the way this inning is completed. As we go to the bottom of the first, Hawks lead 3-0 as the visitors. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Homes in Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, proud to sponsor all area athletes. Pete's Small Engine Repair, your small engine experts in Monticello. Monticello Sports, for all your school sports team needs in Monticello. Himes Construction, proud to sponsor West Delaware Softball Tournament in Manchester. All Seasons Auto Body in Monticello, specializing in body repair and painting on all makes and models.
Wapsie Valley Creamery, Independence, Partners in Excellence. Bi-County Disposal Inc. in Dyersville, serving Delaware and Dubuque counties. Manchester Carquest dealer in Manchester. Crop Production Services in Winthrop, your chemical fertilizer, feed, seed, and agronomy experts. Manchester Monument Works, proud to sponsor all area athletes in their communities.
American Trust and Savings Bank in Dyersville and Farley. AmericanTrust.com. Simply better banking. Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority. Manchester Press, the official newspaper of Delaware County. Regional Medical Center. Excellence in healthcare close to home. And the Edgewood Reminder. Locally owned. Community involved.
F&M Bank, the right choice. Serving Cedar Rapids, Manchester, Anamosa, and Monticello. Member FDIC. Dupaco Community Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen. Good Neighbor Society, trusted for over 50 years to get you off the bench and back in the game. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, Manchester, where your vision is their primary focus. Newhouse Construction and Concrete for your commercial, ag, and residential projects. Call Phil at 563-927-5178.
And I welcome back into the Beckman Sports Complex on this Saturday morning. John Swisher, Jamie Vasky, glad to have you along. As here is a little liner left side. There is Liz Kolak to hold that one in the L5 off the bat of Katie Breitbach for Dubuque Whalert. We're 1 down.
Emily Klosterman in the circle pitching for the Hawks here. in this first game. As saw 3 pitchers yesterday for the Hawks. Has had Kristen Wegman in that first game yesterday, and then Emily pitched in that game, and Macy Kleitsch started game 2. So going with Kolsterman to start this one here. She's going to make that out as a pop-up by the second batter there. Haley Schaefer right back to Klosterman is going to be a pop-up for out number 2. So 2 outs here quickly to start this bottom of the first inning for Dubuque Whalert, and that's going to bring up the shortstop, who just made a heck of a play over there, Vanessa Hocking, and now she's going to help the team out and pick up a 2-out single through the gap and between short and third out there. As 2 away now, Hocking on first. That's going to bring up Elena Robbins, the pitcher for Dubuque Whalert.
Bettendorf is threatening with 1 out in the bottom of the first against Monticello. They have a runner on third. Here's a ground ball left side. Wegman has it up and over, and the Hawks get out of the inning with a 6-3 put out for out number 3. Quick inning as we go to the second. 3-0 West Delaware. This is softball invitational coverage from KMCH Sports.
Hi folks, this is Mark Birdnow from Birdnow Motor Trade in Owine, here to let you know about our huge tent sales event in Owine. Stay tuned for a special offer just for listeners of KMCH. From June 15th through the 20th, we'll have a big tent set up on Highway 150 South in Owine. All prices will be reduced. Special financing is available to save you even more. This is worth the drive to Owine. We've got all the great American brands too. Chevy, Ford, Chrysler, Jeep, Buick, Dodge, Ram, Lincoln, and Cadillac. Why shop anywhere else? We've even brought in used units from our other stores. You've got to get to Owine, Highway 150 South for the Birdnow tent event. You'll love it. And just for listeners of this station, if you stop by our tent sale and tell us you've heard us on KMCH, we'll give you a $10 Casey's gas card on the spot. People drive to the Birdnow dealerships from all over. Come find out why. With our 4 stores, we have a great selection of vehicles. The Birdnow dealerships across Northeast Iowa, we've got you covered.
I'm here at Mall of America celebrating 99 days of summer with Ned, the human sound effects machine.
Hello.
Who's here to bring all the fun and excitement to life.
Let's do this.
Start with Nickelodeon Universe.
Whee!
28 thrilling rides and attractions for all ages.
This is fun.
And now soar through the misty clouds at the newest attraction, Fly Over America.
Whoosh! I'm flying.
The new Crayola experience is now open with 25 hands-on attractions.
Ooh, coloring.
Name and wrap your own crayon.
Wrapping.
Create colorful melted wax spin art.
Spinning.
And enjoy a live show.
Whoa!
Those aren't really sound effects.
Oh, they get better. Keep going.
At Sea Life, Minnesota, get nose-to-nose with sand tiger sharks, brown sharks, and more, over a dozen different species.
Glub, glub, glub.
Explore the new interactive shark discovery exhibit.
Here, Sharky, Sharky.
There's bowling and games at Skydeck Sports Grill and Lanes.
Strike!
And over 50 restaurants and 520 stores to explore.
Ka-ching!
Stay at Radisson Blue Mall of America, the hotel conveniently connected to the mall. The kids will love the indoor swimming pool.
Glub, glub, glub.
You did that one already.
Yeah.
Enjoy all 99 days of summer at Mall of America. Visit mallofamerica.com for details.
Along with in-studio producer Darby Washington on East Main Street here in Manchester. John Swisher, Jamie Vansky up the road at the Beckman Sports Complex. West Delaware Softball Invitational is a base hit into left field off the bat of Heidi Yankovic after Peyton Lindauer popped out to the pitcher to start this top of the second inning. Hawks lead 3-0. As on the Coleman field, runners on second and third, and there are 2 down as Monticello, Mara Mesher and company trying to get out of a little jam in the bottom of the first inning. The Panthers had 2 hits and stranded a runner on in their top half of the first.
Allie Martin digs in over here between West Delaware and Whalert. Had a good game yesterday. She went 1 for 2, but a big RBI triple in the 6th inning of that ball, or the 5th inning of that ball game yesterday against Edco, and that was when the game was still close. So she's going to bunt here. It's going to be picked up by the first baseman Kunkel. She throws on to the second baseman, but the runner Yankovic is going to head down to second base. So a sacrifice bunt there for Allie Martin. Now 2 away, and here comes back to the top of the order with Caitlin Mangle.
And a 2-out walk by Mesher. Bettendorf has the bases full with 2 down, bottom of the first. There's a ball up and in to Caitlin Mangold. Leadoff hitter, got an infield hit. Her first time up. She stands in here. Runner on second, 2 down here in this top of the second inning. Hawks with the 3-0 lead. They had 2 hits, scoring those 3 runs, 2 Whalert errors, and One runner left on base in their first inning. Mangold back in. And ready. 2-1 now the count to Mangold. Runner on second. Takes a running look at that one. 3-1 it was. Up and in for ball 4 as Mangold will take her place at first with a 2-out walk.
First walk of the ball game given up by Elena Robbins. Is now runners at first and second here for Liz Kolak as she stands in here. She reached first base and later scored on an error in the first inning, error by the second baseman out there. She's going to drive this one into right field. Right fielder Claire Ott will camp underneath of that and pulled away for out number 3.
As Bettendorf has just taken the lead here in the bottom of the first, a triple to right field deep over the head of the right fielder Caitlin Cruz as 3-0 in favor of Bettendorf as they're in the bottom of the first. Runner on third and 2 down. Here we go to the bottom of the second inning. Hawks leading 3-0. We're back after this from KMCH Sports.
Three Rivers FS Company, your partner for growth solutions. Fairway Stores in Manchester. Lucky Building Service Manchester. Citizen State Bank with locations in Manchester, Monticello, Strawberry Point, Winthrop, Ryan, Hopkin, and New Vienna. Member FDIC. Fireside Pub and Steakhouse. Food always tastes better when it's made by the fireside.
Bob Stephen Motors, your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Body shop for all collision repairs in Dyersville. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes. GNB Bank for your banking, loans, and trusts. Member FDIC. And Tauke Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Dyersville.
Back into the Beckman Sports Complex. Jamie Vasky, John Swisher back along with you. We've got games going on 3 diamonds here this morning as Independence and Williamsburg playing behind us. No scoreboard on there hasn't been a scoreboard on that one this weekend, has there?
No, that scoreboard is unfortunately gone. The old scoreboard gave out a couple weeks ago. And there is a ground out to the right side here off the bat of the leadoff girl for Whalert, Lissa Kunkel, the 4-3 put on for out number 1. It brings up the next hitter. That's Claire Ott, the right fielder.
As a first pitch to Ott is taken for called strike 1, 0-1 the count here on Ott. Playing right field for Dubuque Whalert. As Klosterman comes set with the 0-1, swung on a miss. Strike 2, so 0-2 the count here with 1 away. Bottom of inning number 2. Hawks leading 3-0 here.
Bettendorf is up 4-0, a meeting at the mound after an error as this inning can not get over quick enough for Monticello. Just a tough inning. 2 outs and then a triple to right field. That batter who hit the triple came in to score as they lead 4-0. Bettendorf, the number 10 team in Class 5A as they take on Monticello. This one skied up and out of play. Lands right on top of the press box where we are. Bounds down the backside.
1-2 the count as that 0-2 pitch was taken just outside. A nice pitcher's pitch by Klosterman as she just outside the corner. Might have got trying to get Ott to go after it. And she swings and misses at this one for strike 3. So 2 away here, inning number 2. That's going to bring up Kelsey Jackson, the designated player for Dubuque Whalert. As that first inning, we didn't count the pitches, but it was a very quick bottom of the first inning for Dubuque Whalert. I know the last 2 hitters were first pitch swinging, and one. I guess they had a hit in there, but the Vanessa Hocking with a single on the first pitch, and very quick inning for the Hawks defense in inning number 1 as Jackson's going to foul this pitch away with 2 away.
A strikeout there, and the Panthers get out of the inning. We go to the second of the Coleman Corey's field. 4-0. Bettendorf leads the Monticello Panthers with Mesher, Peterson, and Cruz. 5, 6, 7 coming up for Monticello. There's a pitch up and out to Kelsey Jackson here, and the count is 3 balls and 1 strike. Dubuque Whalert with 2 losses yesterday. Last night, 6-3 to round out day 1 to Maquoketa Valley, who beat two bigger schools. Cedar Rapids, Washington, the first opponent, Macoka Valley, took down 9-1. Dubuque Whalert, their other opponent yesterday was Starmont, beat them 11-1. There's a swinging strikeout, and that is out number 3 as it takes us in to the third inning now. The Hawks still with the 3-0 lead. This is Hawks softball invitational coverage from KMCH Sports.
Hello, this is Christine Baldwin with Skogman Realty, and I would like to invite you to tune in every Thursday and Friday at 8:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., 4:30 p.m., and 5:15 p.m. for Christine Baldwin's Skogman Realty Showcase right here on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
We live in a time of quick fixes and short-term solutions, often overlooking the bigger picture. This is Marshall Johnson, Vice President of Investments located at Community Savings Bank. We believe in helping you build a secure financial future with long-term planning. Let me help you make sure you're headed in the right direction. Talking is free, but waiting could be costly. Call me today for your free consultation, 563-928-6268. Securities offered through Investment Professionals, Inc., member of FINRA and SIPC. Products are not FDIC insured, offer no bank guarantee, and may lose value.
John and Jamie back with you. 3 games going on here. The 9 o'clock session. West Delaware and Dubuque Whalert, Monticello and Bettendorf, and North Lynn and Williamsburg. There is a ball hit to left field, and that'll get down off the bat of Kristen Wegman. So Wegman, her first hit of the game, on base for the second time. She reached on air and scored in that 3-run first inning.
Now Megan Hofer is going to come out and take her place as her courtesy runner. Or I guess it's a pinch runner. Yep.
Mara Mesher bounces one into center field for a leadoff single for the Panthers. Their third hit of the game. They trail 4-0 in the top of the second to Bettendorf. Jacqueline Peterson, the senior second baseman, stands in now.
Leah Georgian stands in for the Hawks and rips this ball down to left field. That's going to be a foul ball. As
just fouled.
Kaylee Osterberger gave chase, but it was just fouled down that left field line. So 0-1 the count. A nice rip there by Georgian. As Hofer got a good jump on that one. Knew it was going to be down, but it was a foul ball. So 0-1 the count here on Georgian. She's going to call time and step out of the box.
Hawks at 19-6 overall. Dubuque Whalert with a 4-19 record. There's a ball blown inside. In the dirt, gets by the catcher. Going to throw down, but no chance as Hofer will easily go into second. On the wild pitch. Jacqueline Peterson standing in for Monticello. Takes a strike. 0-1 the count. Top of the second inning. Bettendorf 4, Monticello 0. Leah Georgian stands back in and sends this one high and deep to center field. Center fielder going back will haul it in. She got turned around and her back towards center field fence. Able to bring that in is Katie Breitbach, the F8. Fly out to the center fielder for round number 1 brings up Kyra Vasky now. Peterson still standing in for Monticello. She grounds this one left side. Shortstop gets over, flip to second. The throw to first is no good. They got the 6-4 on the force out. And Peterson safe on the fielder's choice at first, so 1 down, and it brings up Caitlin Cruz. Vasky takes a
ball inside there. She stands in here. She's 0 for 1 as she flew out to left field her first time up. Runner out at second is Megan Hofer. And Vasky's going to hit this ball down the left field line. It's going to get out of play. So foul ball as Megan Hofer pinch running for Kristen Wegman, who led this inning off with a single. Out to left field. Leah Georgian flew to center. And Hofer went down to second on a wild pitch in that Georgian at bat. As Vasky gets set, she shows bunt and takes a strike. So 1-2 the count on Kyra Vasky.
Caitlin Cruz standing in for Monticello with 1 on and 1 out. Cruz, the sophomore right fielder, rips this one out of play left side.
Vasky's going to hit this ball off the glove of the third baseman. It's going to be picked up by the shortstop, and she doesn't have a play there. So
nice hard hit. That's a hit, I think. All respect to the players playing the hot corner. And those batting lessons that you had with Kyra last night really paid off right there, huh?
Yeah, right.
After you were not happy with one of her at-bats yesterday, you had a meeting and said we need to work on some things, right?
Infield fly is going to be called there as Demmer pops up. It's going to be caught by the shortstop, Vanessa Hocking, for the second out. So runners on first and second now with 2 away, and that's going to bring up Peyton Lindauer, who popped out to the catcher her first time up. So 2 away here. Hawks lead 3-0. Top of inning number 3 is the first pitch to Lindauer is going to be ripped out of play down the left side. Hawks making good contact in some of these at-bats here. Like to see him wait just a little bit longer on some of these pitches.
Caitlin Cruz is retired, and Sydney Hansen stands in. She sends the ball into center field. A base hit, second hit of the inning, 4th of the game for Monticello.
Lindauer pops out to the pitcher for out number 3. So the Hawks don't score there, and they leave 2 runners on base.
As Jalen Krause will stand in now. We'll keep it right here. 4-0 Bettendorf leading Monticello. Runners on first and second with 2 down. Number 10 team in Class 5A, Bettendorf. They got 2 wins yesterday. Took down Crestwood 9-1. As a wild pitch gets by the catcher, Peterson will go to third. And Hansen will move up to second on a wild pitch with number 9 batter, Jalen Krause. The freshman shortstop standing in. Panthers made it to a regional semifinal a year ago before losing to Center Point Urbana, who went to the state tournament. 1-1 the count here to Jalen Krause. Bettendorf yesterday also beat Lansing Key, the number 3 team in Class 1A, 7-0. Here's a swing and a miss by Krause. She's down the count now. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bettendorf leads this ball game 4-0. We'll try to get you a check of that Northland and Williamsburg game going on to the GNB Bank Field behind us. Here's a swing and a foul ball. Krause able to stay alive, but she hits that one off her left shin. That always feels good. She's going to walk this out.
Megan Rambausik's going to stand in here for Dubuque Whalert. The first pitch from Emily Klosterman is going to be taken outside for a ball. 3-0, Hawks lead it. Bottom of inning number 3 as Rambausik stands in for the first time here. Third baseman for Dubuque Whalert. The 1-0 is going to be swung on and fouled straight back to even the count at 1-1.
Krause grounds out the third. 5-3 put out ends the inning. 2 runners stranded for Monticello. Bottom of the second we go there. It's 4-0 Bettendorf.
The 1-1 is going to be hit right back to Klosterman. She makes a nice backhanded stop and throws on to Lindauer for out number 1. So a 1-3 put out there for the first out of the bottom of inning number 3, and that's going to bring up the left fielder for Dubuque Whalert, Kaylee Osterberger. She stands in from the left side of the plate here, and that'll bring Yankovic in as she's going to hit this ball middle of the infield. Demmer picks it up, throws on to first. Nice play by Claire Demmer to get the speedy Kaylee Osterberger at first base for out number 2. So quickly, 2 away here is Osterberger. First pitch swinging there will take us back to the top of the order. And Katie Breitbach, who also stands in from the left side here, as she lined out to Liz Kolock at third base in inning number 1. First pitch to Breitbach is going to be taken high for a ball. 1-0 the count. With 2 away here in the bottom of inning number 3. The 1-0 is taken high as well. 2-0 the count on Katie Breitbach. Klosterman comes set and delivers the 2-0. Is going to be chopped back to the shortstop. Or excuse me, that's Wegman, not Demmer. Wegman playing short today, excuse me, as she throws on to Lindauer for out number 3. So 3 up and 3 down for Dubuque Whalert there, and we'll go to inning number 4.
And we'll take it back right after this from KMCH Sports.
Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, your hometown dealer wherever your hometown may be. Phillips Landscaping, retaining walls, patios, and all landscaping projects. Precision Collision, one call does it all. Quality guaranteed. Farmers Savings Bank, hometown banking with your neighbors and friends. Member FDIC. Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard, Independence, where good friends meet.
Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson dealer in Delhi. Community Savings Bank, member FDIC. Find out more at csbchecking.com. Parrot Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company in Manchester. Beavers Lounge, leave it to Beavers to show you a good time. TriVet Associates, with locations in Dyersville and Farley. Check them out at trivetinc.com. Hartridge, great food and great fun await you at Hartridge. Georgian Auto, where complete automotive service and repair are their complete focus. Dunlap Motors, Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned vehicles. That's Dunlap Motors in downtown Independence. State Farm Insurance, Julie Smith Agency in Manchester. And Viafield, growing opportunities serving your agronomy, energy, feed, and grain needs in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
John and Jamie back with you, along with in-studio producer Darby Washington. Heidi Yankovic leads off for the Hawks, 8-9-1. Yankovic, Martin, Mangold due up here for West Delaware, leads this ball game as we're in the top of the fourth inning. Final score of 3-0. Bettendorf leading Monticello 4-0 as they are in the second inning in that one. Bottom of the second inning, and there's a ground out measure over to first for the 1-3 putout.
Yankovic foul tip is going to be caught for out number one as she goes down swinging here, and that'll bring up Allie Martin, the right fielder, as she had a sacrifice bunt her first time up. She swings and fouls this one off the catcher's mask here. 0-1 the count. As we're in the top of inning number 4, Hawks leading 3-0, scored right away, 3 runs in the first inning, and have not scored since, as the 0-1 to Martin is going to be taken inside. 1-1 the count on Allie Martin, the freshman right fielder for West Delaware. Again, had a good game last night in that second game as she watches this 1-1 pitch. And Martin's side for a ball, 2-1.
Martin is one of the players that you get some playing time, you take advantage of it, and you earn yourself more playing time, and she's been in the lineup now pretty consistently since proving that she deserves it, and she's going to stay there until she struggles a little bit probably, as she's been doing a nice job, aggressive at the plate, and that's what you need. And this freshman isn't scared to get up there and give it some hacks.
As she hits this 2-2 pitch, foul down the third base line. Hard shot by Martin. As you mentioned her being aggressive at the plate, she's been very aggressive in the outfield as well. As she's made 2 diving catches this week, 2 of the better catches that you're going to probably see in high school softball. As Monday night against Solon, she dove for a ball to her right, full extension, caught it, and yesterday she came in on a diving catch as well, as she fouls this one deep and out of play to the left. So the count will remain 2-2. You look at this lineup, Swish, talking about it last night, is this is a young Hawks lineup, and they're all gonna keep playing here, and by the time a couple of years rolls around and these girls all have this experience, they're going to be a pretty tough team, as Martin's going to pop out to shallow left field, as Vanessa Hocking, the shortstop, is going to go out to catch that one. So the pop-up to the shortstop, Hocking, is out number 2, takes us back to the top of the lineup, and Caitlin Mangold, who stands in here, she's 1 for 1. She singled back in the first, stole second, later scored, and then reached base on a walk back in inning number 2 and was stranded at first base. And the first pitch to Mangold is going to be grounded foul, as third baseman Rambosic out there. She kind of hesitated and then had to step off of it to let it go foul. So the count will be 0-1 on Mangold.
Bettendorf leading 4-0. They just increased their lead by 5-0 on a hit. Another triple for Bettendorf. 1 out in the bottom of the second, 5-0 now. Bettendorf here is a grounder left side, third baseman up and over, and Mangold has retired on the 5-3 put out for out number 2. Bottom of the fourth we go here. West Delaware leading. Bottom of the third.
Out number 3.
Out number 3. What did I say? Out number 3. As we go to the bottom of the fourth, we're back after this from KMCA Sports.
This is Jonathan Kallenbach, pharmacist with Widener Drug. Are you diabetic and have pain, burning, numbness, or other foot problems? If so, it may be time to think about diabetic shoes. Widener Drug carries a wide selection of shoes by Dr. Zen Footwear with custom-cut insoles by Evolution Labs. Diabetic shoes are designed with extra depth to hold a specialized insole. The 2-layer custom insoles provide extra protection and support for your feet. Dr. Zen shoes are available in a range of styles and color options. Many styles are available in both lace or Velcro for your convenience. Some styles have spacers for flexible sizing to accommodate wider feet or people with feet swelling. Our staff is trained to assess and measure and get the right size and style for you. Medicare may cover a yearly pair of shoes with a prescription from your physician. If you have questions about insurance coverage or to see some of the styles available, stop in at Widener Drug. In need of additional supplies like compression socks or stockings? Widener Drug carries both Trueform and Medivan compression stockings and True Soft diabetic socks. All at Widener Drug in Manchester.
Back into the Beckman Complex, along with in-studio producer Darby Washington, Jamie Vaskey, John Swisher back along with you. As we go to the bottom of inning number 4 here with West Delaware and Dubuque Whalert. West Delaware leading 3-0. As over on the Coolman Quarries field, Monticello trails Bettendorf 6-0 in the bottom of inning number 2. As the number 2 hitter here for Dubuque Whalert stands in, Haley Schaefer. First pitch to her is taken low for ball 1. Emily Klosterman has only given up 1 hit so far in this ball game, as the 1-0 is going to be taken for a called strike 1. 1-1 the count on Haley Schaefer, who's 0 for 1. She popped up to Klosterman back in inning number 1. As she waits, the 1-1 is going to be swung on a miss, strike 2. So 1-2 the count. That's Klosterman with 2 strikeouts in this game so far. Comes set to deliver the 1-2. It's going to be swung on a miss, strike 3. So the 3rd strikeout of the game here for Klosterman is out number 1 in the bottom of inning number 4 here, and that'll bring up the shortstop, Vanessa Hocking, who has the Eagles' lone hit of this ball game back in inning number 1. She had a 2-out single and was stranded on first base. She hits this ball in the air, shallow right field. Martin coming on, makes the catch for out number 2. So 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th, and that's going to bring up the number 4 hitter for Dubuque Whalert, Elena Robbins, the pitcher for the Golden Eagles. As we're going to get a score update from the game behind us, John Swisher's going to head over and check out that North Lynn and Williamsburg score. As Robbins stands in here, and the first pitch to her is taken outside, ball 1, 1-0 the count. As the Hawks lead this game 3-0. As the 1-0 is going to be swung on a miss by Robbins, 1-1 the count here. Emily Klosterman doing a good job in the circle for the Hawks here in the first game of the day. As the 1-1 is going to be taken inside, off-speed pitch, 2-1 the count on Elena Robbins. 6-0 over to our left on the Coolman Quarries field in favor of Bettendorf over Monticello. As this pitch is going to be fouled, it's going to get out of play, just out of play, as Lindauer gave chase. But that ball gets out of play, so the count will be 2-2 on Elena Robbins. Hawks and Dubuque Whalert playing on the Seedorf Masonry field. As the 2-2 to Robbins is taken high and outside for ball 3, 3-2 the count. And over on the G&B Bank field is North Lynn and Williamsburg. We'll get a score from that in just a bit. As the 3-2 is going to be popped up, Georgian camps underneath of it and makes the catch for out number 3. So the Golden Eagles go quietly there. As no runs, no hits, they go 1, 2, 3. We go to the 5th inning. Hawks leading 3-0. You're listening to West Delaware softball invitational coverage from KMCH Sports.
Above and beyond healthcare. The more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Get your game on with AK Sports, your local sports apparel store and more in Manchester. Steve Morman Insurance, your agency of choice in Manchester.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory with locations in Manchester, Strawberry Point, and Edgewood. Dom & Walt, LLC, your Lennox heating and cooling experts in Manchester, and Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company.
Bone Camp Murdoch Funeral Homes and Clifton Murdoch Funeral Home, proud to sponsor all area athletes. Pete's Small Engine Repair, your small engine experts in Monticello. Monticello Sports, for all your school sports team needs in Monticello. Himes Construction, proud to sponsor West Delaware Softball Tournament in Manchester. All Seasons Auto Body in Monticello, specializing in body repair and painting on all makes and models.
Back in, Jamie and John along with you. We go to the 5th inning. Liz Kolak set to lead off for the Hawks. As she stands in here, she's 0 for 2 in this ball game. Reached on an error by the second baseman in the first inning and later scored. Flew out to right field in the second inning as she stands in here to lead off the 5th inning. Hawks leading 3-0.
Update from the G&B Bank field. It's North Lynn all over Williamsburg. Bottom of the second, 7-2 as North Lynn, another area team that's playing very good softball here at the tournament this weekend, as the Lynx yesterday started off with a 12-3 win over North Fayette Valley, and then the Lynx shut out East Buchanan 10-0. So the young Northland Lynx team playing some good softball here.
2-0 to count on Liz Kolak as she's set, and she's going to hit this ball out into right field, but it's going to go foul. Stay in play. Nice hit by Kolak, but it's foul. The count will be 2-1 on the junior third baseman for the Hawks.
Monticello is batting the top of the third. They trail Bettendorf 6-0. Shay Stevens standing in. She grounded out to the pitcher her last time up. Standing in with a 1-0 count. This ball is lifted right side. Will stay just fair, maybe just foul, I should say, as Kolak. That ball kept on drifting and taking the right fielder over that foul line for the putout. Claire Ott brings it in, the F9 for out number 1.
Bring up Kristen Wegman, who stands in here. She's 1 for 2 in this ball game. She reached on an error and scored in the first. Singled back in the third inning, and was her pinch runner, Megan Hofer, was stranded out at second base as she stands in. First pitch to her is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. She's going to take the 1-0 out to left field. Left fielder gives chase, and she makes it a catch. Kaylee Osterberger out there in left field for out number 2. Again, like we mentioned earlier, Hawks making good contact, just getting under the ball just a little bit, as Malia Georgian will stand in here with 2 away. And the top of inning number 5.
Taylor McDonald with a nice hit. Past the second baseman into right field. Her second hit of the game. She got on, was thrown out the plate in her first time up.
Georgian's going to hit this ball out into left center field for a single. And that's going to bring Sabrina Welcher out to courtesy run for her as the second hit of the ball game for Malia Georgian. She had a double in the first, flew out to center in the third inning, and now a single here as runner on first base, Sabrina Welcher, the courtesy runner, and that's going to bring up Kyra Vasky, who's 1 for 2 in this ball game. As the first pitch to Vasky is going to be line foul down the left field line and out of play, so the count will be 0-1. Vasky flew out to left her first time up.
Sonia McCormick grounds this one to short and trying to go for the force out. McDonald beats it out at second, so Panthers in business there. McCormick reaches on the fielder's choice. They have runners on first and second with 1 down. Top of the third, Bettendorf leads 6-0.
As Vasky awaits, 1 is going to be high for a ball. 1-1 the count. Welcher's going to steal second base, and she's going to go to third as that ball gets into the outfield. So now a runner on third base here, the stolen base by Welcher. And the air out there by the second baseman who couldn't bring that ball in. Welcher's going to go to third with 2 away here in the top of inning number 5. So Vasky will stand in here with a 1-1 count.
Riley Worthen sends one right back to the pitcher, fielder's choice, as she sends it to the third baseman to retire McDonald. Runners on first and second. McCormick on second. Worthen on first with 2 outs at the top of the third as the Panthers try to score their first run of the game.
Vasky's going to take this 1-1 pitch and foul it down the left field line. The little looper just gets foul as the left fielder, Kaylee Osterberger, gave chase. So the count will be 1-2 on the sophomore left fielder for the Hawks. And she's going to hit this ball foul down the right side now. And the count will remain 1-2. As courtesy runner for Malia Georgian is Sabrina Welcher. She stands down at third base. Hawks leading this game 3-0, top of inning number 5. And Elena Robbins.
And the Panthers are on the board here. McCormick comes in as Mara Mesher sends one to left field. As Worthen getting over to third, the Panthers trail 6-1 on a hit by Mesher.
As this ball is going to be down as Vasky hits the ball to the third baseman. She throws over. First baseman can't handle it. So an error on the first baseman there as she stretched for that ball but couldn't come up with it. So an error on the first baseman puts Vasky at first. Welcher will score from third, and that'll bring up Claire Demmer, the designated player for the Hawks. And the first pitch to Demmer can be taken for a ball. Vasky's going to swipe second with a stolen base. The runner on second base with 2 away here, and the Hawks leading 4-0.
Jacqueline Peterson continues the hit parade for the Panthers as a little blooper into shallow center field, scoring the second run of the game. Riley Worthen comes in to score on the hit to center. The 2-out variety there. Peterson is on first base. Mesher moves up to second.
As Demmer's going to hit this ball up the middle, it's going to get through out into center field. Baskey will score easily from second. So the Hawks take a 5-0 lead here on an RBI single by Claire Demmer, as Demmer's first hit of the ball game here. The Hawks starting to figure out Elena Robbins here a little bit in the inning number 5 as they lead at 5-0, and Peyton Lindauer will stand in for the Hawks, and the first pitch to her is going to be taken high for a ball, 1-0 the count, with 2 away here in the top of inning number 5.
Monticello still batting with 2 outs, a 2-0 count on Caitlin Cruz. The sophomore takes a strike. Runners on second and third for Monticello, who responded with 2 runs here in the top of the third as they trail now 6-2.
As Lindauer takes another ball inside, 2-0 the count. As Robbins comes set with a 2-0, Lindauer is going to foul this ball out of play. It's going to hit on the shelter.
Hot shot, left side foul right in front of Coach Brett McDonald as he backs away from that one inside the third base coaching box. Runners on second and third, 2-2 count to Cruz.
Lindauer stands back in here and waits the 2-1 pitch from Robbins. Going to be hit out to the shortstop, Hawking. She picks it up, throws on the first. It's going to get away. Throwing air there by Hawking as it was out of the reach of the first baseman. Demmer's going to come around to score from first base. And the Hawks take a 6-0 lead here in the top of inning number 5. So some errors by Dubuque Whalert have allowed 3 Hawk runs here in this inning, as the first run of this inning came on an error by the first baseman, Alicia Kunkel, as Heidi Yankovic stands in here and takes a ball. So the count is 1-0.
Cruz strikes out to end the inning. They go to the bottom of the third. Panthers do get 2 runs on 3 hits and leave 2 runners on.
Yankovic takes another ball, 2-0 the count. Top of inning number 5, 2 away here. And all these Hawk runs have come with 2 outs in this inning. The 2-0 to Yankovic is going to be popped in the air right side. Right fielder coming in. That ball is going to drop as Lindauer is rounding third, and Coach Cruzy, she got stopped there by the third baseman just a little bit, but she's going to come around to score, as that's a RBI single for Heidi Yankovic, as she's going to bring in the 7th Hawk run of this game, and the Hawks lead it 7-0 here on the RBI single by Heidi Yankovic, and that'll bring up Allie Martin, who stands in here. She is 0 for 1 in this ball game. She's had a sacrifice bunt in the second, popped up to the shortstop back in inning number 4. She's going to foul this ball out of play. And the count will be 0-1 here, 2 away, top of inning number 5. You know, speaking of that Monticello game over there, John, that's what you got to do if you're the Panthers here. You got down 6-0. You kind of got to work your way back a little bit at a time, and that's what they did there in the top of inning number 3. Is it's 6-2 over there.
Yeah, good job of responding, not laying down. You're playing tough competition here in Bettendorf, the number 10 team in Class 5A. This will only help the Panthers. Whatever happens in this game today, it helps them when they get in their 3A postseason. That's what it's about when that starts in a few weeks from now.
The 0-2 is going to be hit out to right field by Martin, as Yankovic's going to round second. She heads to third, so a 2-out single by Allie Martin is going to take the Hawks back to the top of the order. So with runners on first and third, Caitlin Mangold will stand in. 4 Hawk runs already in this inning, as the Hawks have scored in just 2 innings in this ball game, 3 in the first and 4 here in the top of inning number 5, all coming with 2 outs here. So the Hawks taking advantage of the opportunities here with 2 away, as Martin will take second base. No throw down. As runners now on second and third base, the pitch was a called strike to Caitlin Mangold as she awaits the 0-1. She's going to slap this ball over to the left side. It's going to be picked up by Rambowsek. No chance to get the runner. Mangold as Yankovic caught in a rundown, but she's going to end up scoring as a short rundown by Yankovic thought she could have slid in, but she just stopped as she was coming into home as Martin was already on third base, but Martin will end up at third, Mangold is second. I guess we'll call it an RBI single for Caitlin Mangold, as they had no chance of getting the speedy Mangold at first, and she's going to go to second on that rundown, and that'll bring up Liz Kolak, who's the 10th batter to hit here in this inning, as she's going to hit a little pop fly out to shortstop for out number 3. But the Hawks score 5 there in the top of inning number 5, and they lead it 8-0 as we go to the bottom of inning number 6. As we will take a break and come back, you're listening to West Delaware Hawks softball invitational coverage on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
Jesus taught that wherever 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, there he is with them. This is Pastor Tony Eade from First Lutheran in Manchester, Iowa. And I'm inviting you to gather with us for our worship services at First Lutheran Church every weekend. Saturday nights at 5:30 p.m. and Sunday mornings at 8 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. Come the way you are and gather with us and be blessed by our Lord Jesus Christ. Find us on the web at firstlutheranmch.com and look us up on Facebook. First Lutheran Church in Manchester, Iowa, always being made new.
Did you know that you have the ultimate choice on where you take your vehicle when needing auto body or collision work? And that it is illegal for your insurance company to steer you to a repair shop of their choice. So why not take it to the best? This is Jeff Domeyer, Precision Collision, and we work for you, the customer, and not the insurance company. That's why we put a lifetime warranty on all repairs that are done to your vehicle. You will not have to worry about anything. Call Precision Collision at 927-2370 with any questions, or come see us located on Old Highway 20 at the Delaware turnoff. Precision Collision, one call does it all, quality guaranteed.
Back into the Beckman Sports Complex for the bottom of the 5th inning. West Delaware leading 8-0 now. Bettendorf has added a run, and they lead by 5-7-2 with 1 out and threatening for more as they have runners on second and third. A run down there. The ball is overthrown, and Monticello allows the runners to move up. Second and third, Bettendorf leads 7-2 in the third.
Alicia Kunkel leads it off here for the Dubuque Whalert Golden Eagles here. She has an 0-2 count here, is outside for ball 1, 1-2 the count on her. The Hawks leading 8-0 as we're here in the bottom of the 6th inning. First game of the day here for all these teams, as this pitch is going to be swung on and missed. Georgian can't handle it, but she's going to throw on to first for out number 1. And that'll bring up Claire Ott, who stands in here. She struck out her first time up in inning number 2. As that strikeout for Klosterman was the fourth of the ball game for her. As she faces Claire Ott here, as this pitch is going to be hit right back to us.
Hello. That was very close.
If I could have pulled this thing out just a little bit, I might have been able to get a handle on it. As Ott stands in here and awaits the pitch from Klosterman. It's in the dirt for a ball. The count on Claire Ott. I didn't get the count. I don't have it up on the scoreboard. There's another ball here. 2-2. That'll even the count here on Claire Ott with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Hawks lead 8-0.
Bettendorf has added 2 more runs, a double, as they lead 9-2 now.
As that's going to be a strikeout, looking strikeout, as that'll be the second out of the inning and the 5th strikeout of the ball game for Emily Klosterman. As standing in now is Kelsey Jackson, the designated player. She struck out swinging her first time up in the second as well. The first pitch to her is taken outside, 1-0 the count. Klosterman comes set with the 1-0. Is going to be swung on, hit back up the middle, right by Klosterman, and out into center field for a 2-out single by Kelsey Jackson. Just the second hit of this ball game for Dubuque Whalert, And they have a runner on first with 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th, and that'll bring up the third baseman, Megan Rambausic, who grounded out to Emily Klosterman back in inning number 3. As she waits the first pitch from Emily, she's going to hit this ball out into right field. Martin coming on. She's going to make the catch for out number 3. That's what we talked about earlier. Aggressive play in the outfield on the defensive side by Martin is going to keep her with that playing time that we talked about, and that'll retire the side as we'll go to inning number 6.
And we will take a break, and we'll come back more from the softball complex right here from KMCH Sports.
Wapsie Valley Creamery, Independence, Partners in Excellence. Bi-County Disposal, Inc. in Dyersville, serving Delaware and Dubuque counties. Manchester Carquest dealer in Manchester. Crop Production Services in Winthrop. Your chemical fertilizer, feed, seed, and agronomy experts. Manchester Monument Works, proud to sponsor all area athletes in their communities.
American Trust and Savings Bank in Dyersville and Farley. AmericanTrust.com. Simply better banking. Jay's Auto. Customer satisfaction is their #1 priority. Manchester Press, the official newspaper of Delaware County. Regional Medical Center. Excellence in healthcare close to home. And the Edgewood Reminder. Locally owned. Community involved.
F&N Bank, the right choice. Serving Cedar Rapids, Manchester, Anamosa, and Monticello. Member FDIC. Dupaco Community Credit Union, where people are worth more than money. Eastern Iowa Shopping News and Dyersville Commercial, supporting your communities. It's quick, it's easy, your family will love it. Manchester Dairy Queen. Good Neighbor Society, trusted for over 50 years to get you off the bench and back in the game. Advanced Eye Care Associates of Eastern Iowa, Manchester, where your vision is their primary focus. Newhouse Construction and Concrete for your commercial, ag, and residential projects. Call Phil at 563-927-5178.
John and Jamie back with you. 10-2 now. Bettendorf increasing their lead. Bottom of the 3rd over Monticello. Bettendorf number 10 in Class 5A. Taking down the Panthers, who are 13-9. Panthers, a very competitive 4 teams that they're taking on here at the tournament, as they were shut out 5-0 against Independence yesterday. And then they suffered a loss to Crestwood, who's a top 15 ranked team in Class 3A. And then now taking on Bettendorf, and they'll round out the day taking on Class 1A number 3, Lansing Key.
Kristen Wegman leads things off here in the top of inning number 6 for the Hawks with a base hit out into right center field. So she's on to lead off inning number 6, and she will stand and run for herself here. And that'll bring up Malia Georgian as Wegman. That's her 2nd hit of the ball game as Georgian stands in here and watches this first pitch for a ball. 1-0 the count on the junior catcher for the Hawks. As Elena Robbins still on the mound for the Golden Eagles, as Georgian's going to hit this ball. It's going to get out of play on the left side. So even the count, 1-1. Hawks leading 8-0 here as they scored 3 runs in the first, 5 runs in the 5th inning, and we're here in the top of the 6th. And the Hawks have led off with a single. Georgian's going to hit this ball over out of play, as the count will go to 1-2. As Georgian stands in, she is 2 for 3 in this ball game. As the 1-2 is going to be taken high, 2-2 the count. As Georgian had an RBI double in the first inning and a single in inning number 5. As the 2-2 is going to be taken inside, ball 3, so a full count here on Malia Georgian. With Kristen Wegman out at first base with nobody out here in the top of the 6th. The full count pitch is going to be behind Georgian. That's going to be ball 4. There she's going to run down to first base. So base on balls there for Georgian. Just the 2nd walk of this ball game by the Hawks. And Sabrina Welcher will take her place as the courtesy runner out at first base. And that'll bring up Kyra Vasky, the Hawks left fielder, as she stands in here. She's 1 for 3 in this ball game. Flew out to left in the 1st, singled in the 3rd, reached on an error, and later scored in the 5th. As she waits for the first pitch from Robbins, she shows bunt, pulls it back. It's going to be low for a ball, 1-0. Nice morning here so far here at the Beckman Sports Complex. Seems like it's supposed to be a little bit on the warmer side the rest of the weekend. As Vasky's going to bunt this ball, it's going to go foul. So the count will even up at 1-1.
I have 84 today, 90 tomorrow. It's 76 right now. Feel like of 81 as slight winds on the southeast, 2 miles per hour. Humidity is sitting at 73%. I know you hear about that deeply.
Absolutely. The 1-1 to Vasky's going to be taken inside for a ball, 2-1 the count. As Vasky's been showing bunt here, see that top hand move up on the bat. So Vasky's going to try to advance the runners here, maybe try to get this game over. She's going to lay down a bunt. First baseman's going to pick it up, high throw, and she comes off the base. So a throwing error there by the first baseman.
Worked on bunting last night, too.
Yeah, we did.
Good job.
So an error by the first baseman is going to load the bases for the Hawks, still with nobody out, and that's going to bring up Claire Demmer, the designated player for the Hawks here in game number 1. As she stands in, she's 1 for 3 in this ball game. And the first pitch to Demmer is going to be taken for a called strike 1. 0-1 the count. Demmer grounded out to short her first time, popped up to short in the 3rd inning, had an RBI single and later scored in inning number 5. And she's going to hit this ball up in the air. It's fair. It's an infield fly, but it's going to go foul. The third baseman, Rambausic, and the catcher, Maria Klein, are going to collide, and that ball will drop. So the count will be 0-2 on Claire Demmer. As both fielders seem to be okay as they quickly go back to their positions. And we're ready for the 0-2 on Claire Demmer. She's going to swing and a miss for strike number 3. First strikeout of the game for this Hawk offense is Elena Robbins recording her first strikeout of the game. And that'll bring up Peyton Lindauer as she stands in here. She's 0 for 3 in this ball game. Popped up to the catcher in the 2nd, popped up to the pitcher in the 3rd, and reached on an error back in inning number 5 and later scored as she fouls this pitch straight back and out of play. 0-1 the count here. 1 away, bases loaded for the Hawks in the top of inning number 6. They lead it 8-0. Lindauer is going to hit this one foul out of play as well.
Top of the 4th, 10-2 still. Bettendorf, a hard liner, nabbed by the shortstop off the bat of Sydney Hansen. As Aspen Gilmore was the pinch hitter for Jalen Krause in the 9th spot. She grounded out to short, so 2 down. Chase Steven, top of the order.
Line drive for Lindauer, and it gets past the left fielder. 2 runs are in. Vasky's rounding 3rd, as Lindauer is going to stop at 2nd with a 3 RBI double for Peyton Lindauer. Way to make the most of your first hit of the day and first hit of this ball game as Lindauer drives in 3 on that double. Still with just 1 away here in the top of the inning number 6. That's going to give the Hawks an 11-0 lead here as Yankovic stands in. And the first pitch to her is a called strike, so 0-1 the count. As the 0-1 is going to gets away from the catcher, so Lindauer will go to 3rd on that pass ball. As the Hawks lead 11-0 with 1 away here in the top of the 6th inning. It's starting to put some hits together here as that ball by Lindauer was laced into left field and just got over the glove of the left fielder, Kaylee Osterberger. As Yankovic, 2-1 the count on her now, as the 2-1 is going to be taken high for a ball. 3-1 the count on the junior second baseman for the Hawks. She's 2 for 3 in this ball game so far. As she awaits the 3-1, it's going to be called strike 2, so the count will be full here on Yankovic.
New pitcher in Donnie Ray Mayhew in for Bettendorf. Their top pitcher, 0-1 the count to Shea Stephen with 2 out.
Yankovic's going to pop this ball up. It's going to be caught by the catcher. So pop up to the catcher there will be out number 2, and that'll bring up Allie Martin, freshman right fielder for the Hawks. As she stands in here, she's 1 for 2 on the ball game as she reached on a third had a sacrifice bunt in the second, popped up to the shortstop in the fourth, and singled. Back in inning number 5 as the first pitch to Martin is a called strike one. 0-1 the count.
Chase Stephen gets her first hit of the game, the 8th for the Panthers. Only 2 runs to show for it right now. A 2-out single to right field for Stephen brings up Taylor McDonald, who's 2 for 2. Panthers trail Bettendorf 10-2, top of inning number 4.
Foul ball here by Martin. The count will go to 0-2.
Little bunt by McDonald, trying to beat it out, and she can't. Good play by the second baseman, getting over, getting her left foot on the bag before McDonald gets there. So one runner stranded, bottom of the 4th, 10-2, Bettendorf over Monticello.
As the Joanna Voss has moved into the on-deck circle for the Hawks, as Martin's going to hit this ball out into left field. Left fielder Osterberger coming on, and she makes the catch. The F7 for out number 3, but the Hawks score 3 more on a 3 RBI triple by Peyton Lindauer. As we go to the bottom of inning number 6, Hawks lead at 11-0. You're listening to West Delaware Hawks softball invitational coverage on Mix 94.7 KMCH.
It's fun for the whole family at the Linn County Fair, June 22nd through the 27th. Fun includes chuck wagon races, ECIPA truck and tractor pull, carnival rides, fireworks, plus Confederate Railroad with opening act wild card. American Fool, a tribute to John Mellencamp. CC Revival, a tribute to CCR. Seven Bridges Road, a tribute to the Eagles. All at the Linn County Fair, June 22nd through the 27th. Free gate and parking throughout the fair. Linn County Fair in Central City, where great memories are made. Beaton Bender Manufacturing Incorporated is a family-owned and operated business that has been a worldwide supplier of hydraulic shears and press brakes since 1972. They produce shears from 1/8 inch to 1 1/4 inch, press brakes from 20 ton to 500 ton, and HMI C-frame presses. Beaton Bender Manufacturing Incorporated in Coggin. Why should you open a Simply Free checking account at Community Savings Bank? How about a free debit card, free standard checks, free online banking with bill pay, free mobile money, free e-statements, and more? Find out more at csbchecking.com. Community Savings Bank, member FDIC.
Back into the Beckman Sports Complex. John Swisher, Jamie Vasky on this Saturday morning. Day 2 of the West Delaware Softball Invitational here for Manchester. Here's a nice hit off the bat, a leadoff girl for Dubuque Whalert. Kaylee Osterberger. She knocks one left side in between the third and short gap there as Kolak went to her left, could not get there. Osterberger on with the hit. That's only the 3rd hit here. Given up by Emily Klosterman, the freshman pitcher for the Hawks. As a leadoff single to left brings up the top of the order Katie Breitbach. As there is a bunt right side trying to get the sacrifice. Jakobi got to it and fired a bullet to Lindauer. A low throw, though, and Lindauer could not come up with it. And Whalert in business here has runners on first and second. And they need at least 2 runs to keep this game going. As the Hawks trying to win this one by the 10-run rule after 5. It's 11-0 right now here in the bottom of the... Bottom of 5th, 6th. Bottom of 6th, thank you.
Would she have beaten that?
It was close.
I think.
Can you go with it?
I'm going to go with the hit. I think she beat it.
Oh, okay. Here's a bunt out in front of the plate. Kolak gets to it and fires to first to retire Haley Schaefer on the 5-4 sacrifice for out number 1. So runners on, first and second, 1 down. We'll get a check of that Northland Williamsburg game. Last check, it was 7-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Favor of Northland as they try to win their 3rd game in a row. So Northland will play 1 more against Starmont. We'll have coverage for you on that one coming up here as Northland, they hang on against Williamsburg. Will be 3-0 heading into that game against Starmont. And they will be done for the tournament. Their game, 9 o'clock game here, was originally scheduled for 5:45. They were asked if they wanted to move up and play early and get done. So they'll be done with the tournament by 1 o'clock this afternoon instead of waiting around for a 5:45 game. As there will be no 5:45 games, so everything's been moved up since there were a couple open slots in the schedule. The fine AD of West Delaware made the adjustments There's a swing and a miss for a strikeout. Vanessa Hocking goes down swinging for out number 2. Linda Robbins stands in now. She's 0 for 2. A ground out and a pop-up. Little looper into left field for Bettendorf as they're going to score another run. 11-2. The throw comes in, but not able to get the runner out at second. It's 11-2 in the bottom of the 4th. Bettendorf leads Monticello. Runners on second and third here for Whalert. With 2 outs, Hawks trying to win this one by the 10-run rule. 10 after 5, we're in the bottom of the 6th. 2-1 to count. Here to the pitcher of record for the Golden Eagles, Robbins.
It's going to be outside on Robbins as the count will move to 3-1.
And Coach Kelly Klein and the Dubuque Whalert Golden Catholic Eagles.
As the 3-1 swung on a miss by Robbins. So the count will be full here with 2 away in the bottom of the 6th inning. The Hawks can get out of this. This game will be over as it's 11-0. As she swings and misses for strike 3, as that'll do it, as the Hawks will win this game 11-0. As Klosterman picks up her 7th strikeout of the ball game there, and the Hawks will win this one 11-0. Monticello trails 11-2. We'll come back and bring you some more coverage of that one as we'll take a break right now. Get ready to wrap up this West Delaware game as well. We'll get you a Northland update as well right when we come back from KMCH Sports.
Three Rivers FS Company, your partner for growth solutions. Fairway Stores in Manchester. Lucky Building Service Manchester. Citizen State Bank with locations in Manchester, Monticello, Strawberry Point, Winthrop, Ryan, Hopkins, and New Vienna. Member FDIC. Fireside Pub and Steakhouse. Food always tastes better when it's made by the fireside.
Bob Stephen Motors, your locally owned and operated GM dealer in Manchester. Krager Body Shop for all of your minor and major collision repairs in Dyersville. Manchester Family Vision Center on West Main, where clear vision begins with healthy eyes. GNB Bank for your banking, loans, and trusts, member FDIC. And Tauke Motors, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram in Dyersville.
Brown Sales and Leasing in Elkader, your hometown dealer wherever your hometown may be. Phillips Landscaping, retaining walls, patios, and all landscaping projects. Precision Collision, one call does it all. Quality guaranteed. Farmers Savings Bank, hometown banking with your neighbors and friends. Member FDIC. Okoboji Grill, 1749 Golf Course Boulevard, Independence, where good friends meet.
Delhi Lumber, your authorized Anderson dealer in Delhi. Community Savings Bank, member FDIC. Find out more at csbchecking.com. Parrot Insurance, your Grinnell Mutual Reinsurance Company in Manchester. Beavers Lounge, leave it to Beavers to show you a good time. TriVet Associates, with locations in Dyersville and Farley. Check them out at trivetinc.com. Hartridge, great food and great fun await you at Hartridge. Georgian Auto, where complete automotive service and repair are their complete focus. Dunlap Motors, Chevy, Buick, and certified pre-owned vehicles. That's Dunlap Motors in downtown Independence. State Farm Insurance, Julie Smith Agency in Manchester. And Via Field, growing opportunities serving your agronomy, energy, feed, and grain needs in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota.
Above and Beyond Healthcare. The more they care, the more beautiful life becomes. Get your game on with AK Sports, your local sports apparel store and more in Manchester. Steve Morman Insurance, your agency of choice in Manchester.
Leonard Muller Funeral Home and Crematory, with locations in Manchester, Strawberry Point, and Edgewood. Dom & Walt LLC, your Lennox heating and cooling experts in Manchester, and Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company.
And welcome back into the Beckman Sports Complex. John Swisher, Jamie Vasky. As 11-2 is the score. Monticello trailing Bettendorf in the 5th inning of that game. West Delaware with the 11-0 win in 6 innings. The game lasted 1 hour and 12 minutes. As 11 runs, 12 hits, no errors, 8 runners left on base. 1 swinging strikeout, 2 walks. For the Hawks, no runs, 4 hits, 6 errors, 4 runners left, 7 strikeouts, against Emily Close, for Emily Close Marin, no walks, no hit batters, as the Hawks get the win 11-0 in 6 innings as they improve the record to 20-6. Dubuque Whalert falls to 0-3 in the tournament as they are now 4-20 on the season. Coming up, live coverage here, Northland and Starmont. First, we'll come back and give you some updates and then get ready for that Northland Starmont game. First, want to check in with Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson is live at Riverfest today going on in Manchester, as lots of great activities going on this Saturday around the area and Riverfest. The main one is Mike Johnson is live right now here from KMCH.